add to it and whatnot. Okay. I'm trying to give Kim a little bit of a break since she's mother. That baby's fresh out of the womb. Okay, so a couple of things. There's like some housekeeping things that I want to be sure to cover on the call tonight, but then what we ultimately want to get into is like a vision board and setting goals for 2020. So just a couple of random like housekeeping items. Super Sunday or Super Saturday, wherever you are at, is this weekend. So I'm a little bummed I won't be at ours. So that's why I'm kind of not in the know. And What's Her Face is going to be there too. What's her name? Elise? Is that how you say it?
Really?
Yeah. We always get the good people.
I know you do.
But if you, hi, Gabby. But just look for where the events in your area. You guys need to be attending those events. Like I've been to everyone unless I'm out of town for some reason. If you want a way to really like fire you up, you should be at those events. They're like a mini summit, and it's a great atmosphere, especially if you live near a bigger city. So there's that. And then obviously Barb Len launched today. Well, like the challenge groups kicked off today. So as a reminder, Kim and I went live in the group, but we decided just to do one group this time because it's just a lot logging it in different groups. And honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think our challengers know the difference. So, they only read the content for the first few weeks. That's when they're all excited about it. So we just said, hey, let's just do one group. So that is like, put your Barb Len people in our Any program group. Got it? And then I feel bad because Kim's obviously not working out right now. I'm not setting a very good example because I'm not doing bar quite yet. I have like 4 workouts. This whole marathon thing has taken me off track, but I will be. But you guys really need to like, I should practice what I preach, but
you're going to be doing
take advantage of the launch. And the other thing I wanted to say, and I think I said this when Morning Meltdown 100 launched, if you guys go all in on a program, which that can relate to a goal, you guys will see your business skyrocket. Every time I go 100% into a program, my business soars. I go diamond, or I build my husband to diamond. Like the momentum and like I can't think of the aura. I can't think of the right word. Just your happiness like shines and people see it, and you just have all this content. So I highly challenge you I highly recommend going all in on bar. It's going to be an interesting program because it's not so like high intensity. Well, it is high intensity, but it's like lower impact doing it. So like nutrition is going to be key if you want to see really good results. So yeah, just stick to the program. And I definitely recommend going all in. Plus, what I think is really great about this program is it's a lot of the mental aspect too, which so many of us need, and that's so important. But I'm telling you guys, if you commit to a program and go all in, and I mean all in, like 100% commit yourself to the nutrition as well, you will feel so amazing, and you will just want to talk about it all the time. And people will see it in your posts. And then we can kind of talk about this at the end. Oh, one more thing. I know Ashley just posted it. I haven't even had a chance to like read all the rules and requirements of it, but she posted about a diamond bet. Diamond bet. That's what we call it, right? I can't remember. So I did one of these to go diamond. I didn't go diamond during the diamond bet, but what I will tell you guys is it's an investment in its own for the training that you get, because you are getting training from top coaches, and it truly, truly pushes you to like get in your daily vitals, to do so many invites, to do things that you'll feel uncomfortable doing. So I would definitely recommend doing that. I never went, and if you like win or even rank advance, you can make some big money. So look at that thread that she posted in there. If you have any questions, reach out to Kim or I, and we'll walk you through it. But Kim and I both did those a lot just because we liked the extra push. It was an opportunity to make money. And it's just, if anything, I was paying for the training that it was offering. I will tell you guys, just to warn you, it is a lot. and it can be overwhelming, but it is what you make of it. Like, just take in what you can while you're there and utilize the opportunity. But don't let, because it's a lot being thrown at you, don't let it overwhelm you to the point where you just become ineffective. Because that's something that I have struggled with in those groups too. But I would definitely recommend them. And then, I don't know, should I wait for this at the end? I talked about it in my live video, but I just really, I'll save it till the end. I really want to get into, like, just because it's the new year, because it's something that I struggle with, and I know that if it's something that I do, you guys probably do too. But like, I'm sure you're seeing all your friends and family post about their New Year's resolutions, and they're going to the gym, or they're on this diet, or they're doing keto, or they're doing this other program, and it's not yours, and it's frustrating. I just want to talk about that in more detail, because it's important that you not let that get in your way. So maybe we'll save it for the end if we have time. Kim, did you have any like other random things to talk about?
Nope, I don't think so. You covered the things I had considered, so you're good.
And like, guys, start thinking about, I mean, Summit's coming up. It'll be here before we know it. And Ashley will usually do some sort of like diamond day or something a day before or day after. And so like, that's another reason to want to hit incentives, because usually you're down, like, even though you're not Ashley's downline, Kim or I usually try to do some, like, participate at least in those. And if you're going to be there, like, and we won't or whatever, we still like will reward you guys for going diamond. So have that be a push too, which we'll talk about in goals. But just something to consider is that there are a lot of recognitions that are going to be happening at Summit. And so start thinking about those things now, hit them now, and then you can be recognized at Summit or rewarded.
Yes, I do want to add something to that. So I actually listened to the National Wake Up Call live today. I never get to do that. But to recognition for Summit, you have, it's whatever rank you wake up on, June 4. So to hit 6 weeks qualification, I think it's April 30 that you have to hit, like if you're going for diamond or 1 star or 2 star, if, you know, trying to walk across the stage, you have to hit that by April 30 and then hold it for 6 weeks to June 4. And that's what you'll get recognized for at Summit. So April's not that far away. Like, I feel like, oh, Summit's forever. We have all this time to hit goals. And really, we got 3 or 4 months, like, to really go hard. So the beginning of the year is such a huge time to really, really, really push, because it's fun. I mean, being at Summit and getting recognized for those things, like, you want to be there. So April 30th for that day.
And another thing I would, or something, what was I going to say? Oh, for those of you who don't know, like, if you hit emerald, great, you hit emerald and you're emerald. But when you hit diamond, you don't become like a lifetime diamond. You can't just hit it like for a week, build your team, and then that be it. You have to hold diamond, which, you know, you're 4 active coaches on each side. 2 of them have to be emerald on each leg. Like, you have to hold it for 8 weeks, and it's a little bit stressful. So just wanted just to make sure that that's known, because when I went diamond, I hit it and I was like, okay, now what? And Ashley was like, you have to hold it. And I was like, wait, what? And so, yeah. I remember, guys, it's crazy. For those of you who aren't diamonds, and I know there's a lot out there, I remember I went into my first diamond thread and I was like, wait, you want me to lead a team? And there is no way I can go diamonds. Like, there was just, I thought that. I was like, sure, I'll try. And it's so doable. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it. So if you have those thoughts, know that we were all there before, and it's crazy. You can, I mean, it's totally doable. You saw Kim build her second business center like that to diamond, and her husband. So anyways, okay, let's talk about vision board and goals. So you've seen a lot about it. There's a lot of like podcasters like Melanie Mitro and Lindsay Matway and all those top coaches that do podcasts for vision boards. And honestly, before I joined coaching, 1, I never set goals, and 2, I never created a vision board. And I really want to like do an actual vision board this year. Like, normally it's just like something in a notebook, or that I want to like print pictures and do it. But really what it is it's a way for you to capture your goals with pictures or words or whatever, and you literally put it on put it all on a canvas and print it on a picture and frame it, or post a bunch of things to a tack board, whatever it is. And it's something that you have to look at every day that reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing, or reminds you of what your goals are. Because if they're not sitting right there in front of you, you're going to forget about them, and you're going to forget why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, so I want to give you guys some examples of some goals first that you can set for yourselves, and then we can talk about like how you can, some ideas for how you get kind of like the content for images and things like that. So when you set a goal, you always want it to be tangible. So, or something that is, what is it? What is the SMART goals or whatever? I freaking hate those, doing them in the review. And this, you know what's crazy, guys? Sorry, I have to give this example. And I feel like all I'm doing is rambling. I'm probably boring the hell out of you guys. But so I was sitting in a meeting on Friday. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm really eager to leave my job, and I'm just not happy. So I'm sitting in this meeting on Friday, and they're talking about all of our goals for next year. And I literally wanted to throw up in my mouth. I was like, I don't care. I have no desire to try to hit those goals, or it was just like, I hated it. And all I could do in that moment was sit there and think about how the goals, though, that I set for myself in like my personal life or even coaching, like, oh, I want to hit this rank, or, oh, I want to do this by this time, get me so much more fired up and excited than silly goals like, I need to have a quota to get a client to set, to launch this many products this year. So like, know that coaching gives you something that maybe you don't currently have in your life, in your current job or whatever. So, anyways, I had to give that example because I literally was just sitting in the, he's playing the world's smallest violin is what he's doing. Anyways, sorry guys. Okay, so examples of goals. So I think it's important that you set like personal goals as well on top of your business ones. So keep that in mind. But things that you consider for your goals related to coaching: a rank by a certain date. So maybe you want to be diamond by summit. That's August or April, whatever. That's a great goal. Can you guys hear me, or can you hear the water running in the background? No. Income. So you want a certain income goal. So every week you want to be at this level, or maybe you want to do it monthly or even yearly. Personal development books, like, oh, I want to, and you can do a lot of different goals with that. So you can say, oh, I want to listen to or read 12 books this year. Maybe some of them are, instead of actually doing audiobooks, you want to actually physically read the book. Or you want to start listening to podcasts, like something to challenge yourself more in personal development. It can be to challenge yourself, like with weight loss, or, you want to be a certain, you want your certain body, your goal body, or inches, you want to lose a certain amount of inches or pounds, or you want to commit 100% to, Dad, it's not funny anymore. Seriously. This is no. You guys, for those of you who don't know, I don't want to say I live with my parents, but my parents live with me. So that is why my father is behind me right now. So anyways, you want to commit 100% to a program. So maybe your goal is, I want to commit to bar, or I'm going to commit to 10 rounds, right? That's what it's called? Yeah, 10 rounds, which I'm so excited for too. Or maybe it's another program. Maybe it's 80-day obsession. Maybe it's Morning Meltdown 100, whatever it is, you can set that goal to commit to it. You might think of like personal goals too. So like you want to do a specific event or a race. So maybe you're not a runner and you want to work your way up to a 5K or 10K, or do the Dopey Challenge like me in 2020. So you can have goals like that are physical goals outside of Beachbody. Another thing too, that's like more of a personal goal is family goals. Like, do you want to make sure that you and your husband have a date night, you know, once a month or twice a month or whatever it is? Riley, is this your goal for 2019, or is it for all of 2020, or is it just trying to hit that 1,000 hours, the outdoor life?
Oh, that's for like the year. It's like 1,000 hours.
That's like 3 hours a day. That's insane.
So that's why I said on the post, it's like insane, but it's worth like.
Yeah. Like, and so what I'm talking about is Riley made a post about, basically they have this chart and it's committing to getting outside more with your children. So I just loved her post. Go check it out. But it's
basically it's like kids spend on average 1,200 hours a year on technology. And so they're saying like, okay, if kids can do that, then we should strive for like 1,000 hours a year outside. So obviously right now that's not as easy as the summer, but
yeah. Anyways, I could go on and on about that topic because we were just having a conversation at like Christmas time about how much our worlds are drastically different than our parents because of the way we're raised and we don't go outside as much. So I think it's really cool. Anyways, so yeah, you can set goals like that. Or maybe, you know, personally you want to work to pay off a car or a loan. That's a goal right now that my husband and I have, is to pay off his student loan and our car because we want to be debt free. So, and that's what I think is so cool about this, is because like I said before coaching, I never challenged myself to set these types of goals the way that I do with coaching. And even though I didn't have coaching, I never even set personal goals for myself. Like, oh, I want to make sure my husband and I go on a date once a month, you know, whatever it may be. So doesn't necessarily have to be kept to just Beachbody. Some other things to consider that I think are important if you're really serious about working the business. And I say these because these were goals that I remember I set 2 years ago. And I think Kim even set them because we literally had a call when we were new coaches and talked about goals that we wanted. You want to sign up X business builders a month. How many power hours do you want to have a week? Like 5, you know, yeah, you don't want to work all week on Beachbody, but hey, I want to at least put in 5 days a week of having a power hour. Or maybe I want to have a new morning routine. So like there's all sorts of goals you can have. The other thing that's important, your goals should scare the shit out of you. If you're not reading a book or listening to a podcast that talks about setting goals and setting things that feel unrealistic, you're not listening to quality stuff, because you should set things that you're like, I'll never hit that. And I was always the type of person that I hate setting goals, and I still am today, because I hate setting a goal that I have the fear that I will never hit. And because I don't want that disappointment. And we're all like that. We're all human. But you will never, ever get there if you don't set those goals. And it's important to celebrate those goals too when you hit them, which is a whole nother story. But they should scare you. They should feel unattainable. And if you don't hit them, Kim was telling me, I think, what was it, Kim? You had some goal. It might have been to hit elite last year and you didn't, or like it was to be 7 stars, 10. No, you found a notebook where tell them.
Yeah, no, it was in my calendar last year. My goal was to be 10-star by the end of the year, like whatever, November 26th. Or whatever it was, that you have 6 weeks to the end of the year, 10-star.
And she wasn't even close.
Not even close.
but she's still kicking ass. And if she wouldn't have set that goal, she never would have been to where she was. So I know it's scary. I know you don't want to do it. It makes you sick to your stomach. But those are the types of goals that you should be setting. You should be setting goals that are going to make you feel uncomfortable and put you out of your comfort zone. Kim, I know I rambled on for a while, but do you have any other ideas for goals or?
No, I was trying to think. So physical, financial, and just sometimes like even in your other career, like,
yeah,
I know Brenna's trying to get out of hers, but just like goals for other careers, or I think that was the only other one that I had been kind of considering setting stuff, or like vacations, like it can be not necessarily just like hard goals, but like fun things like that. Like going to Disney 17 times in a year, like Brenna does, but or once in a life. All those kind of things too. Just fun vacations for your family. We have a big goal of building a new house, and I want to put down like a huge down payment. So like that's kind of a big financial goal that we have right now. So all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Let me see if there was any other.
Yeah, Marnay, I am not debt. My house is not paid off. Marnay says, do you have to count paying off your house as being debt free? Some people do.
Nah.
I don't know. Actually, Kim would know because she's the Dave Ramsey guy. Does he consider you? I would think for him, he can. No?
Well,
I have two different head shapes going on here.
Yeah. When you're doing your debt snowball, no, the house is not in that. Okay. So, but that's like I don't know. It's one of his 7 steps, and I can't remember which one it is, like 5 or something, is paying off the house. So no, go after all your other debt first.
Speaking of that, this is really random, but I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. But Riley, I don't know if you know Colin's girlfriend. She created a podcast, Abby Rose, or you remember Colin Green from college? Anyways, his wife created a podcast, and she was actually somebody that was on like my wish list of wanting to coach. And I did invite her, and I talked to her, and she was really great. But she just had other plans. But anyways, I listened to her podcast, and oh my God, it was so amazing. It's called Herself. It's brand new. But man, they were just talking about I'm like, man, I need to listen to podcasts more. And this is another reason why PD is important, obviously, because it was just like, oh my God, they're like hitting the nail on the head. This is post quality stuff that I need to talk about. But anyways, she said, talking about money, sometimes women would rather talk about how they want to be buried than talk about how much money they make. And one of the things she said, they are completely debt free and their house has been paid off for 3 years, and they're both thriving in their careers. So I don't know. Anyways, I was just like, that's insane. But you set goals and you make sacrifices and you do what you have to do to get there. So anyways, I'm going off on tangents. I do them all the time. I don't even know if tangents is the word, but anyways, yeah. So do you guys have any questions about goals? It's an official team call when my dad shows up. You guys, no questions? Do you want me to talk? Okay. Yeah. It's good. Anybody? Okay. Well, then if you don't have any questions or anything, I'm going to get into the New Year stuff. You guys, this is what happens when I don't break out in dance moves and start the call off with the dance, because you guys are all silent. And I don't know if it's because I can't hear any noise because I think you're all muted. Yes. You guys are like a tough crowd tonight.
I do have a question, Brenna. I do have a question just about making a vision board.
I forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
Because I was just texting you. I've always just written all my goals out, but I don't know actually how to do one. So like, what do you use to make one? Because I really want it to be my computer background.
So, so typically what I've seen is people use I'm just going to throw some ideas out there. Yeah. First of all, you can go to Google and be like, show me images for diamonds or whatever. Say you want to go diamond, right? Or, one of my goals is freedom of time, right? Is have the freedom of time. Look for images that represent that to you. Or like, I want to be a Disney Vacation Club member someday, not in 2020, but someday. That's on. And that's the other thing that's really important. Your vision board doesn't have to be tied to your goal for that year. It can be a bigger thing. So like, let's say your 10-year anniversary is coming up and you and your husband want to go to Tahiti or wherever. You can have, the pretty islands or whatever on there. Or you want to vacation more. Like, it's just something that triggers your brain to know why you're doing what you do. So you can Google images, and you can literally either print them as like photos to pin on your board or whatever, or you can create like a collage in all of the different apps that we do. I think Canva is a really good one that people do. Right. Or you can go to like WordSwag, right? And say you want to be a top 10 coach, you can literally make a pretty statement that says top 10 coach, or you can literally state out your goals too. If you guys go to some top coaches, they probably have pictures of their vision boards recently. I think I saw, not intentionally, Kate Morgan, I think she was holding one that was framed or something like that to give you guys an idea. And it's got, a lot of people do things like they want to get a new car and pay for it in cash or whatever. Find pictures that represent that to you and put them on your vision board. And then, you can just like make it in Canva, or I'm trying to think, there's another, like Pic Collage is another one you could do it in. PicMonkey, and then just put it as the desktop on your computer to remind you every day. I actually bought a thing at IKEA that I want, once I print everything out, to like stick behind my desk. So it's like a tack board. What do you call those? It's not a tack board. What is that? A cork board, or it's cork, but I guess it is a tack board. I don't know what you call them. Bulletin board. That's what I think of, I think. All you teachers. So yeah, Kim, does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna get the 10-minute timer here in a second. So I just want to go, wait, hold on, Maggie. I'm struggling with people wanting to stay home and work out when gyms have such a good deal right now. I use Canva, so easy. Yep, okay, perfect. Yeah, okay, so that's what I want to get into, where you said you're struggling because everybody isn't wanting to stay home and work out when they have gyms. I'm sure you guys are getting all sorts of objections right now. Which, first of all, you also have to recognize the fact that you've probably been doing a lot better than you have to, because it's just natural at the new year for people to want to sign up. So hopefully you have seen a little bit of lift in your business. So you have to recognize that versus sit there and cry about the fact. And Maggie, I wasn't meaning you when I said that, but I just mean like complain at the fact, right, that people aren't, because I'm doing it too. However, you're probably seeing, and this is what's getting you down, is you're seeing a lot of people that you've talked to that are posting about how they maybe signed up with Airbon or Arbonne, or they're doing It Works, Skinny Coffee, or they're going to the gym and doing a certain class, whatever it is. The best thing you can do is clap. God, I'm struggling on words. I'm sorry.
Cheer them on.
Huh?
Cheer them on. Yes.
Cheer them on, and just you freaking be there for them the whole step of the way, and be so excited and proud of them, because at the end of the day, we are happy for them. The other thing is, and we should be, the other thing is, guys, we all know that doesn't work all the time. And maybe it does work for them, and that's great, and that'll be great. But you have to be there when they recognize that you're still going and it's not working for them and it's hard. So that is why it is so important right now to tell your story of, why you're doing it this way. Compare it to years past when you've done it the same thing that they have, but then you don't succeed because of X, Y, and Z. And here's why you love this. It's funny, literally New Year's Eve, I got a thing in the mail from LA Fitness that's like, join for $1. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously? So like, you guys, and it's going to fade out fast. We're almost a week in. We just hit the first Monday in the new year. Like, just believe in the process and be consistent and keep showing up for yourself, because you will have those people come through. Yeah, just clap for them. Cheer them on, be consistent, and keep sharing your story of why you're doing it this way and maybe why it didn't work that way in years past. I need my dad to walk by again. You guys are so much fun.
Sorry.
And I'm actually really tired, and so I would definitely get up on this chair and dance to make you all laugh, but I just don't have the energy. Anyway. Okay, so aside from everything that we talked about or whatever, do you guys have any other questions for us?
Who's already made a vision board this year? I'm just interested to.
Looks like Maggie has.
Nice. Keaton has. Yep. Sweet. Nice work, ladies.
I'll be honest with you guys. I've written down my goals the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I've said that I'm going to do a vision board every year and that I want to do one, but I really am committed. I'm going to do one. And here's the other thing too that I think it's important. Just because the new year's already started, let's say you don't even get to it until February or whatever. Like, that's not a reason to not do one. Yeah, the new year signifies a fresh start, but tomorrow can be a fresh start. So like, don't feel like you're already behind the 8 ball. Like, you can, it's a good time of year to do it, but don't let that be a reason not to do it.
Can we create like a thread in our team page where people can like post theirs?
Yeah, let's do that.
Feel comfortable sharing, but I know it'll hold me accountable to actually getting it done. So
yeah.
I mean, if there are things you don't want to share, that's totally okay. But it's kind of fun to see what other people say too, to like spark your, thoughts of, oh yeah, I should do something like along that line. So
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take a boomerang, and I would really appreciate for my followers and potential customers if we would all pretend that we like what we're doing and that we're one big happy team.
Oh my gosh.
You little shits. I don't even know what to tell us to do. What should we do? Hold on.
Yes, Maggie, we do.
You guys, I just have this thing where I hear music and it completely changes my mood. Have you guys heard this song? You watch my Instagram stories, you have.
I have not heard this song, and I watch every single one of your Instagram stories.
All right, ready? Hold on, I'm trying to fast forward it. Someone's probably getting me going like this or whatever. Oh, you're lame. The funny thing is, when I do these boomerangs for our team calls, hold on, let me turn this off. I'm dancing so much that the screen is like moving all on my thing. Who's in the bathtub? That is totally Cassie, isn't it?
No, it's Maggie.
Oh, it is?
Yep. That's awesome.
I'm pissed I didn't get that. All right, guys.